Deep in the heart of the Appalachian wilderness, nestled between jagged cliffs and whispering forests, lay a cave untouched by human hands for centuries. It was said the Cherokee avoided it, believing it was a sacred place of spirits. Locals called it the Breathing Cave, but no one ever explained why. The dense woods surrounding it seemed to shroud the cave's very existence, as if the earth itself was trying to hide it. For years, the cave was nothing more than a dark legend, until one autumn night when a group of 4 adventurous hikers, Sarah, Tom, Liam and Emily, decided to seek it out. They were the type who chased after forgotten places, finding a thrill in the eerie and unknown. They had heard the whispers of the cave during a stay in a nearby town, where a few old-timers shared half-spoken stories about how strange things happened around the entrance. "It's just a cave," Tom had said, laughing. "What could be so terrifying about a hole in the ground?" The trail leading up to the cave was hidden beneath overgrowth, barely recognizable. By the time they reached the mouth of the cave, twilight was falling, casting long shadows through the trees. The entrance was a gaping maw of darkness, colder than the air outside, and a faint wind seemed to exhale from its depths, brushing their skin with an unsettling chill. As they stood there, Emily felt it first. A low, rhythmic sound like breathing. A slow, deliberate inhale and exhale, as if the cave itself was alive. She shuddered but said nothing, unwilling to be the one to voice her fear. Liam pulled out a flashlight, its beam cutting through the oppressive darkness. "Let's see what's inside," he said with forced bravado, stepping forward. The others followed, the darkness swallowing them whole. Inside, the cave's walls were slick with moisture, and strange rock formations jutted out like the teeth of a monstrous jaw. The breathing sound grew louder, more defined, as if something deep within the cave was sleeping or waiting. "Do you hear that?" Sarah finally asked, her voice barely above a whisper. "Yeah," Tom replied, his voice unsteady. "It's just the wind." "Right?" But it wasn't the wind. It was too steady, too purposeful. They pressed on, deeper into the cave, the air becoming stifling. The further they went, the more they felt like they were being watched, though the beams of their flashlights revealed nothing but rocks and shadows. Suddenly, Emily screamed. Her light had caught something that moved. The others rushed to her side, but whatever it was had vanished, retreating into the darkness. It had been small, quick, like a shadow darting just out of sight. "Let's turn back," Sarah said, her voice trembling, but Liam shook his head. "We're almost at the end, don't chicken out now." They continued, but every step felt wrong. The breathing grew louder, more labored, as if whatever was in the cave was awakening. The air grew thick, oppressive, until it felt like they were walking through syrup. And then, just as they rounded a corner, they saw it, an enormous chamber with a lake at its center, the water black and still as death. In the dim light, something shimmered at the edge of the lake. Skulls. Hundreds of them piled high, their hollow eyes staring out from the darkness. The breathing was louder now, almost a growl, and the ground beneath their feet seemed to tremble with it. "We need to go," Tom said, his voice breaking. But it was too late. From the depths of the lake, something began to rise. A shape, black and twisting, as if the shadows themselves were alive. It had no form, yet it moved with purpose, crawling out of the water on long, spindly limbs that dripped with darkness. Its face, if you could call it a face, was an abyss, a void that sucked in all light. The cave was breathing because it was alive, and they had awakened it. Liam screamed and turned to run, but the shadows were faster. They enveloped him, swallowing his scream as his flashlight clattered to the ground. The others ran, terror driving them through the twisting tunnels. But the cave was no longer just rock and stone. It was flesh, it was bone, it was alive, and it was hungry. One by one, they fell, their screams echoing in the darkness, swallowed by the breathing cave. By the time Sarah reached the entrance, she was alone. The last thing she heard before she stumbled into the moonlight was the cave's final, satisfied exhale. No one ever found the others, and when Sarah tried to tell her story, no one believed her. But she knew the cave wasn't just a place, it was something much worse. It was waiting.